All content is publicly sourced and used under the USA Fair Use and UK Fair Dealing Guidelines. The things I say are strictly my opinion. Good afternoon, everyone. It's the Busy Bee with the Royal Tea. It is the 29th of December. Happy Tuesday. Hope you've all made it to almost halfway through the week successfully. Wow, it was such an incredibly busy day for me, but I have a lot I want to talk about with the Harkles. So much going on, always so much stuff stirred up. So let's dive right into it. First of all, I have a new thumbnail. My partner went on this app, I believe it's called Fiverr, and you can get people to do different, one-time gigs for you. He got someone to design this thumbnail for me. He didn't give me the person's name so I could give a proper shout out and thank you, but I do love it. You see, it's a corgi wearing a pendant with the letter B around it and wearing a crown. And it says Busy Bee with the Royal Tea, like I always say. And I really want to give this person a shout out, but I don't know their name. And as you know, I do call myself Busy Bee because my first name starts with the letter B. So it's very proper. The thing's wearing a bee around it, and it's a corgi because I have a house full of corgis, just like Her Majesty. Okay, so let's dive into the Harkle news. I didn't think that I would have to actually do this again, but some very clever gentleman in the last video that I posted, which was yesterday, left a comment saying that I was such an awful person for calling Smegs Uppity, that it had something to do with the way she looks, or what she is or she isn't. And I'm like, dude, and I don't typically say dude, but dude, I can't believe that you would insinuate such foolishness. It doesn't have anything to do with that. It has to do with the fact that she preaches about social justice causes and then turns around and does the exact opposite. So hypocritical, preaching down to me, telling me what to do, how to behave, how she thinks I should socially behave responsibly, and then doing the complete opposite. E.g., the whole thing about climate change and Travelist, the sustainable travel, but everywhere she goes, she prances around the world on a private jet. When she goes from Santa Barbara to LA to do the photo shoot at the cemetery, they take a private jet there, a 45-minute car ride, and they take a private jet. That's hypocritical about climate change. She's hypocritical about a lot of things. Everything that comes out of her mouth, she steals from someone else. She plagiarizes. And let's talk about her charitable doings. She goes to a charity long enough to get her picture taken and get the picture put on Instagram, and then you're going to tell me not to criticize her, not to call her uppity? She is uppity. Preaching at me, I don't care what she is or what she isn't. Preaching at me and you about social justice causes and then doing the exact opposite. You, sir, should be offended and not getting on me about calling her names. No. And you also said, sir, that how dare I say that her hair was not natural, that her current hair is her natural hair, no wigs, no any kind of fakeness. Well, sir, let me show you something. This is what her hair looks like now on these terrible Zoom calls that she does. Here we go, another one. Now, this is her back when she was younger. Now, is this the same hair? It might be the same hair, and that's quite a stretch, but if it is, then it's been flattened to the gods and back. I mean, flattened to the gods and back. Okay, look at that. That is the same as that, Ms. Rachel Meghan Markle, the same as that. Are you kidding me, sir? And that, really? Okay, that's what we're dealing with now? If that is the same hair, then I'm telling you, she has had all kinds of chemical stuff done to it, and straightening things, and oh, Lord only knows what. I'm not an expert on women's hair. I have no idea. I'm not even an expert on men's hair. I couldn't tell you. But That's not the same hair, okay? I can look at that and tell you. I mean, I fell off the turnip truck a few days ago, but not yesterday. But I can tell you that is not the same hair, okay? So please don't get on me about that. And she's a hypocrite. That's why I called her uppity. Hypocrite. Everything she talks about, she does the exact opposite. You should be offended instead of jumping on me. Okay, let's get into today's dumpster fire news. Oh, it's something. Handbag is having second thoughts about leaving the royal family. The honeymoon is over, according to sources. Handbag and Smeg's megxit deal expires on the 31st of March. After almost a year away from his family, Handbag is getting cold feet about the split, wondering if he made the biggest mistake of his life, OK Magazine has learned. At first, everything was new and exciting with Smegs in America. The brother that was always in the shadow of Prince William was finally getting his moment in the spotlight, a source exclusively tells OK. The Markles insisted they wanted privacy, but secretly they were loving being the most famous couple in the world. But now, the reality of living in LA, away from his family and friends, has hit him, and this is why he wants to renegotiate his future with the family, adds the source. It is safe to say the honeymoon is over. OK previously reported that the couple is trying to extend their royal exit deal dubbed megxit, which is set to expire on the 31st of March. Harry wants it both ways. He wants back all his military roles and wants to be treated as a senior member of the family at all the official events, sitting in the front row next to his father Charles, brother William, but he also wants to live in America and cut business deals with media companies, insiders add, referring to the couple's $150 million partnership with streaming giant Netflix and reportedly up to $40 million deal with Spotify to do their own podcasts. He wants it both ways. He wants the military titles, the charitable honors to come back to the UK and sit with the family and have all the pomp and circumstance that comes along with it. But then he wants to come back here to America and cut his multi-million-dollar deals with Netflix and Spotify that nobody's going to give a care about. Basically, the content that they produce. It's not interesting. The YouGov polls I heard that they've been doing, they say that nobody's interested in anything these two have to say. And the amount of views that their preview of Archewell Audio got in the first 24 hours, I mean, that might be enough to warrant getting $50, if that much. But 75 million? No, definitely not. You have to remember that Handbag is not used to being told no. All his life, he has been surrounded by people saying yes. He just cannot understand what the problem is. Smegs and Handbag have convinced themselves that they are the best things to ever happen to the royal brand and cannot understand why the Queen and others do not see it that way too. The best thing that ever happened, she's trying hand over fist to bring down the royal family. How could she possibly think that she is the best thing that's ever happened to the royal brand? Either one of them. She's doing everything she can in every which way to bring them down, blackmail them, extort money from them, extort money from every connection that she can get out of her husband. But she thinks she's the best thing. She's done more to cheapen the image of the monarchy and almost destroy it than anyone else in history. And she thinks she's the best thing? Give me a break. Insiders add that Handbag plans to travel back to London next year for face-to-face meetings with Buckingham Palace. The couple is also expected to attend official celebrations in April for the Queen's 95th birthday, followed by Prince Philip's 100th birthday in June. On the 1st of July, Harry's mother, Princess Diana, would have turned 60, which will be officially acknowledged by the royal family since the statue will be installed in the sunken garden of Kensington Palace. While the Megxit deal is set to end on the 31st of March, a new agreement between the royal family and the famous duo could take months to hash out all the details, allowing Harry and Smegs to carry on as non-working royals in the United States, and again, continue to use that title, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, to make a few bucks. That's the only reason that they want to extend this Megxit deal for another year, is to try to make the cash grab even longer, to make money off those titles, because they're not that stupid. They know nobody's going to pay the big bucks for their Zoom interviews and their speeches and all this mess if they don't have those titles, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. I mean, Harry will still be Prince Harry, but what will she be? She'll be nothing. The former actress from Suits. I'm not paying for that. I wouldn't pay for what she's got now anyway. A few comments from the last video about Smegs wanting the 1 year extension on Megxit. Now, this one was from Reddit, and I thought that you would all get a kick out of this. I thought it made a lot of sense. This makes no sense. Nothing is in it for the British royal family. The Harkles are greatly disliked in the UK. According to the most recent YouGov poll, their mixing of merching and royal titles has been heavily criticized by the British media. It would be a pointless risk for the British royal family to be seen to be bringing them back into the fold. They're gone, and the family's publicly moved on. Plus, other than royal cachet and charities practice of paying for celeb spokesperson travel, what would the Harkles get out of it? If they are the multimillionaire moguls we've heard they are, why would they want to cling to the institution they abruptly left and felt was a prison? Why? Because they planned all this out when there wasn't a pandemic killing her acting career. She wanted to go back to Cali for work and to be super famous. No, I get that. The only logical reason I could see this request for extension being real is if the Harkles are disappointed with how things have worked out so far in the US. Personally, I don't think that thing going on has scuttled them. Follow-through doesn't seem their strong point. Their PR said Smegs would write a children's book a year or two ago. No book. Then doing the paid speech circuit. Nothing since Handbag talked about his mother to JP Morgan bankers in February. There was Travelist, the eco-booking site, seemingly forgotten. There was Waterbear, the monetized charity streaming service he made one announcement about. There's Archewell. I'm still not sure what its actual focus is. There's Netflix, which they haven't announced a single project for in almost 3 months. There's the Spotify podcast, the teaser widely mocked in the media, and the first episode, the holiday special, still not released. It's baffling. Recently, all we've seen are a couple of charities telling us they donated at Christmas, a few meetings with fellow Sunshine Sacks clients, a vaguely royal cemetery photo shoot with the Williams Sonoma kitchen wreath, and shilling instant coffee online. That can't be what they hoped for when they left a year ago. All just my opinion. Of course, yeah, there is that, Christmas special. No Christmas special. What a joke. Maybe they want to hang around with Prince Harry's grandparents are still living and make a cash grab when one of grandparents passes away and the other follows soon after. I think Prince Handbag is that shallow. We know that Smegs is way below shallow. Go hard, go savage. Tell it like it is. She has already dragged the monarchy's name through the mud. The longer she gets, the worse it will be for the monarchy. You are such an idiot, Drew Burton says. Thank you, Drew. It's not too often I get such kind compliments. If old Meghan had the King Midas touch, it still would not be enough for her. What have we learned today, everyone? Well, number one, Smega's hair is as natural as some of her other body parts. Number 2, Handbag doesn't have to worry if he made the mistake of his life because he wakes up next to the mistake of his life every morning. Number 3, the honeymoon is more over than the career Smegma never had. Number 4, Smegma is so shallow she makes a puddle of rain look like the ocean. Number 5, Mega Merch is so shallow she makes Britney Spears and Beyonce look like intellectuals. And add Katy Perry and Madonna into that too, because they're both blithering idiots as well. Number 6, Go Hard, Go Savage was the slogan for Smegma's yacht girl business. Number 7, Megxit has to drag the monarchy's name through the mud because her name is already mud. And number 8, what Smegma has could not be classified as the Midas touch, as everything she touches turns to dung and catches a seriously bad rash. All right, everyone. Tips are greatly appreciated. There's my PayPal info. Thank you so much in advance. My social media as well. Thank you for watching. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. Please like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit that notification button. And I will see you all in the next one. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.